How's it going, guys? This is video number 3, and we're basically dealing with the normal session, or at least a nice introduction to the normal session. So if you haven't met me and haven't seen the previous videos, I'm Kyle, and yeah, let's get this ball rolling.
Cool, guys. So once you've logged into your IQ Bar actual account, you've gone to Session Manager and My Sessions. Obviously, you'll have a whole bunch of different lessons that you have or have been booked out for you or to you. And there's generally going to be one of two things. Either English oral practice, which cool, we'll deal with in another class, or another lesson, I should say, another video. There we go. So don't stress too much about it right now. But what I want you guys to focus on is the English for teenagers, which is essentially the normal session. So I'm just going to double click on Alvin just to go through his details. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click details of the course. And bam, we are in. So the main thing that I just want to stress right now is this question over here. Can a Brady draw on the whiteboard? Yes or no? And generally, when you're preparing for your class, for your normal session, your entire lesson is going to revolve around that answer. If he can or if she can draw on the whiteboard and use the tools, well, A for away, class is going to run smoothly, and there's not much preparing and activity-wise, right? Can he write his name? Yes. Can you write a little description about you? Can you draw a picture? Can you color in the screen, yellow, blue? Perfect. Pretty simple. However, if that says no, again, your entire class has to change. Your preparation has to change. The one activity could be color all the words that begin with H purple, all the words that begin with R green, and the ones that begin with S yellow. Now, how are you going to get your Brady to do that? Like I said, double check that and then make sure that you prepare for that. What I tend to do is I'll have my color flashcards, and all the words that begin with H, I'll go, should it be this color? Should it be this color? This color? Can you tell me what color it is? Therefore, we don't necessarily need the classroom tools, but it does take a little bit of preparation. Now, the other thing I want to mention is at the bottom over here, it says the CGE, the book, the unit, the page, and what you need to study, prepare next for the class. Once you've got that, go back into the actual class and then upload what you need, right? Now, let's just go back into that class. Perfect. So this is one that I've already prepared from yesterday. So everything's uploaded already, and I've gone through what I'm going to do for that whole entire class. So let's just have a look. So I've got my CGE units. This is Elvin's homework from the last time, and today we're actually going to be using an extension resource. So I've uploaded that, and I've prepared for that specific class. Now, I'm not going to go into details on how to actually prepare and what you are going to be teaching. The main point of this video is just to go through some tips and tricks, right? So once everything's uploaded, A for away, let me close this down and carry on with the lesson. Perfect.
Cool, so that's pretty much what you need to look out for, right? CGE, upload your stuff, prepare for it, make sure it's the correct units and all that jazz. Double check that can your Brady use the tool item, right? If that says no, you have to make sure that your lesson is dedicated around the fact that he can't actually use, or she can't actually use the tools in the classroom, right? If it's yes, well, it's cool, right? Can you write your name? Perfect, write it down. Can you color it in? Awesome, foursome, right? So the other thing I just want to mention is your Picaro sessions. Everything is uploaded, everything's there, but you've still got to go through the lesson and actually prepare your stuff. Don't just go into the classroom and expect to just read the stuff off. It's kind of boring, right? Make it exciting, make it personal to that specific Brady, okay? Every time that he closes his laptop, closes his PC, switches off his camera, he should go, that class was made for me. And that way he'll keep coming back, right? He'll keep getting clients and everything's perfect. So, like I said, a brief intro, so I'm not going to go into too much details of everything else. We're going to stick to the plot right now. 7, I lie. 8, possibly 7. I'm going to have to count them as I go along right now. So 7 or 8 different tips. And that's your name, his name, how are you, what did you do, homework, warm up, and lesson. 7. I was right the first time, right? Cool. So now what does that mean? Okay. Firstly, be polite. Say your name. My name is Kyle. Yeah. What's your name? Okay, or however you want to do it, just ask them their name. Even if you can see their name in the classroom, ask it anyway. Get them talking. Some of them will be able to go, my name is John, or some of them might not even be able to say that. And in that case, you can go, your name is Mary, John, Jacob, or whatever the kid's name is, right? But just make sure that he gets speaking almost immediately. So, your name, his name. Sounds pretty easy. Sometimes it's not. And the next thing is find out how they're doing. How are you today? And a lot of them will say, I'm happy or I happy. I find that a lot of the kids, old and young, stick to the whole happy, sad, tired. They don't just say, I'm fine, thank you, or I'm good, thank you, I'm well, thank you. Whatever the case may be, but you might get the Brady's that do that. Either way, it doesn't make a difference whatsoever. If you ask them how they're doing and, well, they're not really saying anything, give me a second. Bam, where are these cards? They're pretty close, I know, but it's all good. So, there we go. So what I do with Brady's that don't say anything, how are you? You're not really getting a response. Happy. I'm happy. And then almost immediately what they'll do is they'll go, happy. And I'll go, are you happy? And then instantly they go, and then get them to say it. I am happy. Okay, so name, their name, how are they? Okay, and then the last one is, what did they do today? This is a little bit tricky. Some of the Brady's don't understand it, but then if they don't, ask it in a different way. Did you go to school today? And almost immediately school, they go, oh, yes, or no, it's holiday time, yeah. And then just correct it or have a conversation with them. Did you watch TV today? And then see what they say, right? So name, their name, how are you, what did you do, and then warm up, right? Sorry, not warm up, homework. I always check the homework as soon as I finish the conversation. Just it sort of opens them up, gets them talking, especially if it's the first time I've ever met them, right? And then, did you do your homework? Did you remember your homework? Yes, no. And if they do it, great, well done, perfect, can I see it? And then make a big deal about it, right? And then once they've shown it to you, correct it, give them a couple of tips, and then again, make a big deal about it. So at this time, I generally give them a trophy, just to make them feel good about themselves. If they don't do their homework, generally they kind of go, no, or they look kind of shy, a little bit maybe embarrassed, or whatever the case may be again, but they're not as lively. So what I generally do is, again, well, okay, he didn't do his homework, maybe he had a homework from school, maybe he just had a busy day, so I kind of go, oh, man, now what are we going to do? It's all right. We can do it now. And then actually go through the homework, get them to do the homework now, right? You might have to adapt it and all that jazz, but it's all good. And then immediately they get happy. So once their homework's done, now this one's a little bit sort of up to you, the warm-up game. You can do the warm-up game. I choose not to because of the whole conversation that we had. My conversation with my birdies is generally the warm-up games. Unless it's the pick-a-row, then I kind of do the game first, as opposed to, well, not opposed to anything actually. I just do the game first before the lesson. And then it just gives them a little test of what they actually know. Because generally the game is dedicated to the lesson, right? But back to the point. So you can do a warm-up game if you want to. Generally, if the conversation took more than 5 minutes, I would stay away from the warm-up game. Again, it just sort of takes time away from the lesson. And then as soon as that's done, well, lesson time. And that's when you hope that you prepared well enough. So again, just to recap and all that jazz, get into your session, check if it's an oral practice, which we'll follow up in another lesson or another video. Check if it's a normal session, which is the one that we covered today. Check the details of the class, see who it is, what's his name, Watch the video. That'll tell you what kind of Brady he is. Is he shy? Is he hyper? What do I need to double check? Is he naughty? Does he talk? Does he mumble? Again, whatever the case may be, it just helps my preparation, right? Check that question, yes or no. Perfect. Check what I need to upload, if I need to upload anything. Prepare for the class and then follow the steps. Name, their name, how are you, what did you do, homework, warm-up game, and then lesson. And then the last thing that I just want to stress, right? Stick to 25 minutes, right? Again, sometimes, and I was guilty of this as well, is sometimes I used to start the class maybe 2-3 minutes before the actual start of the lesson, just because I was in the class, he was in the class, and I didn't want them kind of elephant in the room kind of looking at each other and we just going, well, what do we do? So I started the class a little early. But then what I did was I stuck to the 25 minutes on top of the timer, which meant sometimes the class wasn't from 12 to half past or 12 to 25 past or half past to 5 to or whatever the case may be, whenever the time is, right? Because I checked with the time. But I can't stress enough, irrelevant to when you start the class, right? Or if you worry, just start the class directly on time. But stay in the classroom, stay teaching for the full 25 minutes, right? From 12 to 25 past. Okay, and well, if you don't have a class afterwards, well, go for the full half an hour. Okay, I know my last class of the day, well, they're the lucky ones because they get the full half hour. The other ones, however, generally get 25 minutes because I need the 5 minutes to get out of that class and back into the other class. So just watch that time management. Other than that, I think that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will check you on the flip side. Peace out.